Okay, let's get started. If you were with me last Tuesday during my Facebook Live, I introduced the Petal Promenade Designer Series paper. Okay, I'll just quickly show you that again. It really is lovely. It really makes me think spring also. Weddings, babies, all kinds of things come to mind when I see this. And then as part of that live, I did show you how to cut these 2 pages for you to make cards and various other things. Okay, do you all remember that? Okay, we're going to be using some of this paper again tonight, but I'm going to be adding another designer series paper to it, a specialty designer series paper. But let me just go through here very quickly, and I'm going to show you some of the projects from last week, and then a couple new ones I added. So this is one Facebook page with a strip, not Facebook page, scrapbook page that I did with a strip here. I kept wanting to put a word here, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it. I thought it would be awesome to have a picture of a close friend and I, and put something, either the word friends or friendship or a saying having to do with friends. So I'll have to think about that. I like to not really put too many words on until I know how I'm going to use it. But this would also be great for framing, if not a scrapbook page. Okay. Then, oh, I guess I gave away all the surprises. I'm supposed to be doing it this way. I had this all planned out so well, too. Okay, this came from the same designer series paper that I got that strip of wildflowers from. And it's just one of our skinny note cards. This would be great maybe to tuck in with flowers that you're giving somebody, or a small gift. Perhaps would be nice to leave on a coworker's desk or give to a neighbor with some baked goods. Great for a gift enclosure card for wedding, showers, birthdays, anything you can think of. So these are a fun size card. And you can see again, I just used that strip and added a touch of ribbon. Here's another project I did. I took one of those strips and created a belly band, and I actually closed it off at the top. Okay, but my seam is covered with my bow that I put on there. Okay, and I just stuck the bow on with one glue dot in that center on the back side of that knot. But because this is a belly band, I did not adhere it. Hi, Cecilia. I did not adhere it to the box because I want it to slide off, okay, on and off. And I used Highland Heather to cover the baker's box. The baker's box, I believe, is in the annual catalog, okay? And then I took some of those little squares from one of the designer series paper. They cut 3 by 3. So I made some 3 by 6 note cards, or I should say I made 3 by 3 cards from a 3" by 6" piece. Hi, Sue Ebding, long time no see. Hi, Cecilia. Ladies, if you haven't already, I'd appreciate it if you click the share button. Okay, so there's another project. I'll give you a tip with this. Because of the direction of my wildflowers on the belly band, I did not want them going sideways, but the baker's box has this little flap that you use to open and close the box. Plus it's got these little cutouts on the back fold. So what I did was I just tucked in that little tab. I hope you're seeing this. And then I can slide it back on, and I did allow for that space, okay? And that's that. Isn't that cute? Wouldn't that be fun as like a table favor, maybe at a tea party or a mother and daughter luncheon or bridal shower, all kinds of things. Again, a cute little hostess gift. So just love these. In fact, I am going to an event with some demonstrators, not on my team, but I was thinking about taking that as a gift for the 3 of them. Here are a couple more cards. I think I completed these last week with the exception of the bows I added. I will tell you this ribbon is Calypso Coral Ombre, okay? It is not the Grapefruit Grove, or but look how well it coordinates and matches, okay? Even though they call it Calypso Coral, okay? In the same color family. So I thought I'd just point that out, okay? How easy was that? Be super easy to stamp a little sentiment in there with sympathy, whatever you think, or a happy birthday. You can stamp and punch and lay it across here. Okay. And then more of those cutouts. Okay. I believe I showed you this last week, but then I added a second page to make it a 2-page spread for scrapbooks. And again, I could use either one of these individually, but it's very nice to use them together as well. Okay, and I've got everything color coordinated. Alrighty, so those are some things I made with you last week, plus a few extra projects using the Petal Promenade Designer Series paper. I am going to show you today 2 Designer Series papers that also involve the same kind of cutting as those 2 sheets in the Petal Promenade series, okay? And here are 2 of them, okay? I'm going to put this on a different background so you can see it better. These sheets are so delicate, okay? You will get 4 of these sheets. This is called Delightfully Detailed Laser Cut Designer Series paper. Okay, so you'll get 4 of these pieces. Okay, 1 whole sheet. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, some of you may have remember that in December I did some scrapbook pages or things that could be framed for gifts using this, and I used cherry cobbler, trying to think what else, mossy meadow, some things like that. So it was really, really beautiful with one of those gorgeous Christmas colors behind it. I also want to point out to you, and I don't know how well you can see the difference in color, but one side of this will be vanilla, and if you flip it over, it is white. Okay, white. Alrighty. Then you will also get multiple sheets of this. Okay, gorgeous, right? Okay, and again, on one side it's vanilla, and on the opposite side it's white. Okay, now let me show you how I cut this, and then I'm going to show you some projects I made with it. Okay, I'll set all these things aside here. Whoops. Okay, I'm not sure which is going to be easier for you to see. I'm going to try this white side. Okay, or do you think the vanilla? Are you seeing one side better than the other? Okay, maybe we'll leave it on the vanilla for now. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is cut from this border. Okay, and again, this is very, very, very delicate. You could actually use your paper snips, small scissors, and just cut those off. But I'm going to do it this way because I also want a straight edge along these other pieces. Okay, now being that this is so delicate, I'm going to add a little more pressure here on the Stampin' Trimmer. Okay, and you get this piece. Alrighty. Now I'm going to, and that was 2 inches, a 2-inch cut. And now I'm just going to snip these. I love these scissor snips. Okay, so that's one piece I have. All right. Now, you see that? Okay, now I'm going to turn my designer series paper, the delightfully detailed paper, and you can see just how easy it is to catch some of these cuts. So again, just take your time and be real patient because it is very, very delicate. Okay. And this time I made, whoops, I didn't give enough pressure on my cutter. I'm so concerned about how delicate the paper is, I didn't even put enough pressure on my trimmer. Okay, there we go. So that was a 1.5 inch cut, okay? So I cut off 2 inches and then snipped the ends for this big border, cut off 1.5 inches. And now you could use it like that. That would be kind of cool. But it's really intended to be all these separate little pieces. Can you see that? Okay. So 4 little borders. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to snip the end off this way. And then I'm going to snip this end off. Get rid of these extra pieces. Making sure I'm not throwing away the wrong ones. And actually some of these you could use, some of these negative ones, you could actually use those. They make fun little borders too. Okay. So now I have all those little borders to work with. I do recommend when you're working with something this fine that you use the Stampin' Up! Fine Tip Glue Pen, okay? Some of you may have this already. I love it for these very fine things, okay? And it's just got this needle point tip, I call it, okay? So it comes out very fine. It dries very, very quickly, and you want to be sure to always put that little metal post back into that small tube so it doesn't clog up, okay? All right, so now this is what we are left with, okay? And these are intended to be 3.5 by 5 inches, okay? So I'm gonna start by cutting here at 5 inches. Does anybody have this paper already? Or has anybody used it yet? Okay, this is like the those couple of pages in the Petal Promenade Designer Series paper pack. Do not shy away from using these because they are gorgeous. And once I show you how to cut them, and then we're going to make a project later too, it's so easy. And I'll be showing you a few things I made with this. This is one of those times you want to really take your time with the cutting because everything is so very, very delicate. Okay, do you see those so far? I think this might be my favorite, and I'll show you why in a little bit. Anybody have this paper? Okay, the delightfully detailed laser cut paper can be found in the annual catalog. And it is $14 for a package. Remember, you get those 2 unique sheets, but there are several of each, okay? And these can even be cut apart to used individually. You can use them like this, or you can cut all those little pieces apart, okay? So isn't that great? So now you know how to cut those. So let me show you some of the projects I've made with them. Okay. first of all, there's this, which would be a beautiful scrapbook page, or it would also be beautiful in a baby book. It could be framed for a wedding picture. There are all kinds of things. Bridal shower is just gorgeous, gorgeous. And you'll notice that I use that single laser cut sheet, and I've got the white side up. And the designer series paper is the back of these pink flowers, okay? It's sort of like a marbled color, okay? Love the ribbon. I think this is actually back ordered right now, but hopefully it'll be coming in very soon because it's just absolutely beautiful. Okay, can you see a little bit better this way? Okay, thanks, Dana. Okay, and then here is another one, and again, this could be used all by itself. I could also turn it and use it in the horizontal position, or together they make a beautiful 2-page spread. Okay, and here you get a better look of that marble color paper behind the pink flowers. Oh, I'm glad you guys like it. I think it's really gorgeous too. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it. As I said earlier, a lot of times I have all kinds of different ideas in my head, but sometimes I don't like to finish them off with embellishments or words and sentiments until I know for sure how I plan to use them. But these are just gorgeous. My daughter Emily is going to be in a wedding in the fall, and if I remember correctly, the color is something like this fresh fig. So I thought that might be a nice wedding gift for her best friend Morgan. Now, look at this. Here's a card I made, okay? I have one of those 3.5 by 5 laser cut cutouts, and I've got it on a different color background, okay? But it coordinates with the one I've used. And then I've got this beautiful sentiment. I cherish you, my true friend. I know I can always count on you. Okay? So isn't that fun? I mean, look at what a great gift that could even be. Okay? I'm super excited about these. Can you tell? Okay, here's some more. Now this time I'm going to be using more. Oh, there's the pages I was missing. I found them. Okay, but I want to show you this now. Using some more Petal Promenade Designer Series paper. And I've used some of the borders that we cut from the Delightfully Detailed paper, as well as this 3.5 by 5 cutout with the oval. I don't really know what to say. It's just gorgeous. I love it. I love it. So, oh gosh, I'm excited. I see so many people jumping on. Hi, Sherry and Kathy. Okay, and then I made this card. Congratulations. This would be beautiful for wedding, for bridal shower, for new baby, perhaps a new job or a new home, okay? But what you can see is I used this same laser cut piece, and this time instead of putting it on cardstock backing, I actually backed it with some Designer Series paper, okay? Again, I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but I love them. And someday they're going to make a great gift for somebody else, or I'm going to be enjoying them in my home. Okay, well, here's the two I was looking for earlier, so I'll tuck these underneath. Okay. We are going to be making a project together, but first I wanted to show you another laser cut paper. Okay, this one is called, I have to think for a second, this is called, the other one was Delightfully Detailed. This is Beautifully Detailed Designer Series paper, and it is in the Occasions catalog. Hi, Andrea. That's my Andrea. I love that girl. Thanks for joining. Okay. And then it is actually, instead of vanilla and white, it's actually petal pink on one side and white on the other. Okay. See that? Petal pink on one side, white on the other. And you're going to get multiple sheets of this. Okay. You're also going to get several of these sheets. Okay. So again, they're very similar to the Delightfully Detailed Designer Series paper and the Petal Promenade in how we cut them. Okay, so let me show you that. Again, this one is in the 2019 Occasions catalog, and it is $14. Okay, the Petal Promenade paper, I believe I said last week, is $11. That is in the annual catalog. The Delightfully Detailed Laser Cut paper, which is vanilla on one side and white on the opposite, is also in the annual catalog, and it's $14. Isn't that pretty? Look how gorgeous that is. Wait till you see the projects I made with it. And then again, this one is from the Occasions catalog. So I made a 2-inch cut. Now I've turned the paper and I'm making a 1.5-inch cut. Remember, it's very, very delicate, so I kind of give some extra pressure along that guard on my Stampin' trimmer. Okay, so I have this. Of course, you can use it like this, or you can cut out the outside border and have these 3 individual pieces to use. Okay, then remember, these are 3.5 by 5-inch. So I've got my paper at the 5-inch mark. And now I'm going to trim at 3.5 inches on all of these. Okay. I love too that this Designer Series paper does not, the designs in it are not exactly the same as the other laser cut Designer Series paper. It's got its own theme and own patterns. I'd say this one's a little more, what's the word? Formal, maybe? Even royal at times. Okay. Aren't these gorgeous? Okay. Love this one. Oh, but I love them all, so what am I saying? Okay, and I'm going to cut these final 3, also measuring to the 3.5-inch line. More pressure on my Stampin' trimmer. You see how easy it is to get these curly cues caught. So just take your time. Think of it as lace when you're sewing, okay? Isn't that pretty too? All right, so now we have all of these, okay? We are going to get to a project. We're going to make some cards using these, but before then, or should we make cards first? What do you think? No, I think we should see projects and then make cards. So again, I'm using the reverse side of a Petal Promenade Designer Series paper sheet, and I made these scrapbook pages, or perfect for framing, okay? But I think this gives you a good idea of what you can do with these. Let's push that out of the way. Okay, so here I used the full size 12 by 12 laser cut sheet. Okay, and my my Petal Pink cardstock matches the Petal Pink laser cut paper, and then I've added copper foil to it. I just think it gives it a really rich look. Okay, and here I've used vanilla with the laser cuts, and I also put a strip of the copper foil behind there. Okay, can you picture these perhaps framed or in a scrapbook page? Okay, They're gorgeous, aren't they? Okay, so let's make some cards now. I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to make some cards once you have these pages cut out. Okay, so I'm using some of the 3.5 by 5 very vanilla note cards and coordinating envelopes. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Now when I'm working with these, you're going to see that I adhere them differently. Oh yes, Joyce, perfect for anniversary or wedding pictures. I agree. Okay, so I'm going to adhere some of these differently, or I should say with different adhesives. Okay, and you'll get the idea. So this one, and I'm just going to put some adhesive, snail. I have fast fuse that I'm still using up, but snail would work wonderfully. And you're just going to line up the edges of this laser cut piece to your note card front. Okay, beautiful, isn't it? Now I have this one. Okay, what I'm going to do to adhere this is I'm going to use my glue dots. They're a little bit quicker for me to use, the glue dots, but fine tip glue is also a great choice. Either one of these would be my preference. Okay, what I'm going to do is put some of the glue dots on the back side on some of the larger areas. Okay, don't worry about adhering every little bit to your card front or your scrapbook page or whatever it is. Just do some strategic placement of your glue dots or your fine tip glue, and I promise you it will hold well. Okay, I think right there, I'd say that's pretty good. So now the hard part comes with just trying to match up the edges. Okay, and it looks like my bottom and sides are matched, so I'm just going to drop that and gently push it down. Okay, now I have that, and you can see that it does, it's not adhered all the way. If that's bothering you for whatever reason, simply add more glue dots or use the fine tip glue. Okay, so there's two card fronts. Next we're going to do this one, and this one I think I will use the fine tip glue on. Okay, so I'm going to flip it over, and remember when you use fine tip glue you want to use it very sparingly. Okay, I don't drag it so much as I do just kind of dotting it around the edges, or if there would be larger areas throughout the piece, I would dot some glue there. This does dry very, very quickly. I will also say with this, you hardly even need to push. It comes out that easily. Okay, now I'm going to pick this up. Oh, I got some glue there. That's not good. Okay, that's better. And I'm going to line up my bottom edge of the card front while taking a look at the side edges, making sure those are lined up as well. Okay, and then I'm just going to gently press it down. Okay, and there it is. Okay, now I'll do this one, which is kind of cool because it has that frame look to it. And I'm telling you, I am creating on the fly again tonight, which means I did not pre-plan these cards, but it'll give you an idea really how I just kind of, I don't want to say mosey along, but I just kind of create as it comes to me. Okay, so in my head right now I might be thinking of some different sayings or different embellishments I might want to use on the card fronts. Okay. There's that one. I really only got out one stamp set to complete these, but now I'm thinking maybe I should have pulled a couple more because there are some ideas spinning in my head. Okay, this one I'm going to do the same way, dotting that fine tip glue. I'm not sure you can even see the tiny bits of glue. It's probably hard since I've got white on white here and the glue is clear. Okay. Matching up the bottom edge. Well, I had a little glue seeping out, but that's okay, it dries clear. Okay, press it lightly. Okay. Honestly, these are pretty just all by themselves. I just can't get over how pretty they are. Okay. And finally, this one. And actually, this might be one that would be real easy to adhere with glue dots, but since I have my fine tip glue open, I'm just going to keep going this way. Okay, so right now I've got 6 card fronts that I've completed. You know, I am going to add a little more adhesive to this one. Oops, my glue's starting to come out faster. Must have squeezed it a little bit. I guess I didn't really hit the corners when I was using the glue dots, and that's kind of bugging me that I don't mind some of parts of it sticking up, but I don't like my corners sticking up. But that's an easy fix. Okay. Hi, Beth. Okay, and one more right here. Okay, there we go. Better. Okay, so now let's add some sentiments. Okay, to do this, I've got the Itty Bitty Greetings stamp set, which is from the annual catalog and is $34, but it is well worth the money. I use this an awful lot. Okay, so let me look here. I've got so many choices of things I want to use. Okay. Some are mounted, some aren't. I'm going to use this with Love and Sympathy. I've got a clear block. I'm going to put my stamp pad down. You always want to use this when you're using photopolymer sets, but it doesn't hurt to use it with your red rubber stamps as well. Okay. I've pulled some very vanilla scrap paper. I'm going to ink it up with, oops, I'm going to ink it up with Petal Pink. Oh, one's a little heavy and one's a little light. Good thing there's more cardstock. Okay, there, awesome. I've got my classic label punch. Marion, I'm glad you came back. Sometimes that happens, that our internet gets a little kooky. It did that last Thursday with my team Facebook Live. Okay, so I've got that. All right, and let's just cut a few more. I'm not sure any of these are mounted. Oh, congratulations is always a good one. Actually, I should stamp more of the love and sympathy. Seems I'm always running out of sympathy cards. Okay, there's a congratulations. What else do we have in here? Oh, I'm here for you. That's a favorite of mine. Let me find that one. I'm here for you. It won't have the label on, but it'll stamp just the same. Okay. While I'm stamping, I want you to be thinking, what kinds of, oh gosh, Mary, heavy hand here. Heavy hand, then light hand. I don't know what's with me tonight. Okay, there. Maybe I'm trying to hurry and that's not always good. Okay, so I'm punching congratulations, but while I'm doing this, the stamping and the punching, I want you to be thinking about what kinds of embellishments, ribbons or trims you might think would be good to use with this beautifully detailed laser cut paper. Okay. So there's 3. What else do I have? Here's a great one. A little hello, a happy birthday, and many thanks. How about that? Okay, to finish it off. I also send a lot of thank you notes. I should be sending more birthday cards than I do. I too often let those pass, and I really shouldn't. We should always be celebrating our friends and family. And finally, a little hello. Sometimes people enjoy getting a card. Oops, a card. Oops, I won't pick up. It's not sticking. Fortunately, we now have cling stamps, so they stick so much better to the clear blocks. Okay, that's a little heavy-handed too. Okay. But yeah, just, you know, for somebody to get a card or a note in the mail just because can really lift somebody's spirits and really make a difference. Joyce Lutterby, you're having a great big birthday next week? 30, I bet, right? No, you can't be 30 because I'm only 29. So maybe you're 40. Either way, you are somebody I love to celebrate. Okay, let me get these things out of the way. Okay, so this is what I have. Guess what I'm going to use to put these on? Dimensionals. If you said dimensionals, you're absolutely right. Okay. My mini dimensionals are not handy right now. 50. Oh, Joyce, you look amazing. Since my mini dimensionals are not nearby, and these standard size ones are a little big, I just cut off some of the edges. And please don't ever throw away the edges once you've used up all the whole dimensionals. That is something that kind of makes my stomach turn when I see people do that. Why do that? You need these little pieces. And no sense in wasting the extra dimensionals around the edges. I think I just put that on the wrong side. Did you see me do that? None of you stopped me. Fortunately, I'm able to peel these off really gently. Any thoughts on embellishments or ribbons or trims that you would use on these cards? I'm gonna put some more. You can also cut the actual full-size dimensionals in half by doing that. Just cutting these strips, and then you have a bunch as well. Pearls, yes. Either the white pearls and do we have a Petal Pink? We do. We have Petal Pink Stampin' Blends. So you could color your pearls with the Petal Pink Stampin' Blends markers, or the Share What You Love pearls are already colored, and I think they come in 5 colors. Okay, so those would be gorgeous. Anybody else? Has anybody noticed the rose? I think they call it the rose gold, not twine, thread, metallic thread. Okay. And I think I'm just going to put this congratulations right here. I could put it anywhere really, but I kind of like it here. Okay. What else do I have? This is with love and sympathy. I'm going to put this on that center oval. Okay. I can picture pearls here, like maybe 3 here or 1 at the top and bottom. Happy birthday. Rhinestones would be pretty. Here's a happy birthday. Okay, now one thing I might do here, if I can show you this, where's my Petal Pink paper? I'm going to punch again with the classic label punch and the Petal Pink cardstock. I'm going to cut it down the center, just snip it, and then I'm going to make a border on each end of this. Can you see that? Just to help it stand out a little bit. Okay, I really should have done that before I put the, here, let's just fix it because that's going to bug me. It came to me after I did this step, but that's okay. So now I'm just going to use a couple of glue dots at each end, and I'm going to put on a little Petal Pink border on each end of that label. And then I'll be ready for some dimensionals. Okay, see what I did? Okay, now I'm ready for some of those dimensionals. I'm definitely going to put one across the center here just to hold those ends in place so they aren't shifting around on me. I would suggest with the laser cut paper that if you're using dimensionals or glue dots, you probably want to use more than one. The reason being, you don't want to hit an empty space, you know, between the laser cuts, etc. Okay, so this is happy birthday. I think I'm going to put it just right here, like that. Oh, maybe like this. Okay. Very simple. Okay. What do I have left? A little hello, I'm here for you, and many thanks. I feel like I'm short one. One. Oh, there's, okay. So a little hello. It would also be fun. Let me grab a punch. I moved my punches, so now they're on the back side of my table. I just feel like I want something a little bit more here. Oh, here, let's do this one. Don't ask me what this is called because I'm creating on the fly and I didn't think about this ahead of time. Okay, but this is kind of pretty and elegant. A little hello. Okay, again, that would be cute with a little bow at the top there, or maybe some of that rose metallic thread underneath. And this one I'm going to stick right in the center. Pearls on here would be nice. Or a little bling. A little bling. Okay. Oh, I know what I'm doing with this one. This is our newest punch, okay? And it's called the Story Label Punch. Of course, it has room for some bigger words. Actually, I just used something earlier. I'm changing my mind on this. I'll save that for something else. I'm going to stamp this Love You sentiment. And I'm going to punch it with the new Story Label Punch. Oh, Dana says this one is Pretty Label Punch. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to do another trick with this. I'm going to punch it also with that. And this time I'm going to cut it down the center horizontally. Or I guess I'm showing it vertically, but I'll be using it horizontally. Okay. I'm going to put some adhesive at the top and bottom. And then I'm going to make a little narrow border for this. Okay, I think it just helps, it will help this label stand out a bit more rather than putting vanilla on vanilla. Okay, so those are a couple of things, extra things you can do with your punches. If you're like me, you always like to know that we can use, hi Joyce, that we can use our products in a variety of ways. And this is one way to extend the use and versatility of our punches. And I'm putting this right in center. Like that. Okay. I'm going to use the Story Label Punch one more time. And I'm going to put some adhesive on the back. I'm going to put this in the center of my card. And I'm adding the I'm here for you sentiment. Okay. Look at these. How quick and awesome was that? I should have looked at the time when I first started. Okay. So I've got that. Love and sympathy. Happy birthday. A little was designed by, oh, I think her name is Connie Fitzgerald. But she is one of Stampin' Up's $1 million sales achievers. Okay, so that's a real honor. They get to be spoiled and pampered by Stampin' Up in Salt Lake City. Gifts galore, I'm sure. But one of the great honors is they get to work with the stamp, design a stamp set, suggest a theme, things like that. So that is really cool. I would love to achieve that someday. I also wanted to mention to you too, Lots of Love is another great one to use. I also like this one. You are pretty much the best ever. Okay. What a great way to say thank you to a friend. Okay. And that would be especially awesome, like stamped in here. Okay. Alrighty. Do you like those? Do you feel that it really is pretty simple once you know how to cut those sheets apart to get the individual card pieces? Okay. Who's ready for a giveaway? Anybody out there ready for a giveaway? Okay. I am going to give away all 6 cards tonight. So I'm not sure how many of you are on here. Oh, I see lots of thumbs up. Lots of people ready for giveaways. So we made these 6 cards tonight, and I am so appreciative of you joining me and supporting me in my Stampin' Up business, that I'm going to do send 6 of you one of these cards. Okay, 1 each for 6 of you. Alrighty. Any questions that I can answer for you? A quick reminder that celebration is happening now and is going through March 31st. We've added some new products to our celebration collection, and a few things have we've depleted inventory on. I'm trying to think what those are. The ribbon pack is not orderable now, but we will have more coming in March. The wood butterfly embellishments are gone. And it seems like there was one other thing, but I can't think of what it was or is. But anyways, there are lots and lots and lots of free products to get with each $50 order between now and March 31st. Okay? Yes, if you had to come in at some point after 7 o'clock, I think you'll definitely want to go back and watch the replay from the beginning. I've showed some great projects and demonstrated how to cut this laser cut paper. Okay. Oh, the Precious Parcel Kit. Thanks, Dana. So again, have a great night, ladies. Thank you for joining me. And later this evening, I will pull 6 names from people who commented on the computer, and 6 of you will each receive a card in the next week. Have a great night, ladies. Bye-bye.